Hey, how's it going, everybody? Carl Bryan coming at you with my boy, Mr. Patrick Bell. Pat, baby, are you here?
I'm here. How's it going, Dr. Carl Esquire?
There we go. I like it. Is this my new title or what, man? Hang on a minute. Where are we going here? Sounds exciting. All right. Not. Everybody listening, that's okay. Okay, cool. So what do we got here, buddy? I think we got to open a couple folks up. And before we get going, I'll just remind you, Pat and I are here. This is a Q&A call, so if you could do us a favor to keep this thing rolling. If you can put up your hand to get a question, or just type it into the box there, it'll pop up and we'll open up your line. But we do need some Q&A to get this show rocking. And what sometimes happens, guys, is all the questions start to come towards the end. So if you could do us a favor, and if you got a question, plunk it in at the beginning, so that way we get the ball rolling quicker. But good to have everybody here, and I'm going to open up a couple lines. We're going to start. How about Billy Dixon? Yo, Billy, we're coming, but you are self-muted, my friend. If you'd like to say hello, you got to open up your line. You got to unmute yourself. Order of point. Okay, Billy might not be able to unmute himself, but that is okay. All right, Billy, we're going to move down. Where are we going to go? We're going to go to Craig McKay. Craig McKay, we are coming for you. And once again, you are self-muted, my friend. Craig, if you want to say hi, you've got to unmute yourself. There he is. Craig, you're live.
Hola, mis amigos. Just here to soak it up, be the sponge.
Oh, dang. There we go. I would speak back in Spanish if I knew any words. There we go. Oh, is that what he did? Oh, there he is.
That was the total balance of mine, other than sayonara, but that's Japanese, so that doesn't work.
Oh, there we go. How's it going, Craig? What's happening, man?
Just drinking from the fire hose, trying to stay ahead of it. Have put a couple PASs together, and we're moving forward on one of them, it looks like. So hopefully this weekend we'll have some money coming in, and excited to learn the tricks of the trade better.
You beauty. So give us some. So you have used the software with a couple of clients, or you're just about to?
No, I have, and it's.
How's it going? Can you give us some feedback?
And I've also shown pieces of it to potential JV partners as well, and they're blown away by the power of it and what's in there, and all the different things that can be guiding people along. I'm excited about the implementation stage of being able to use those tools and keep everything on track once we've set up their roadmap and move them through it, because that's going to be an adventure for me as well.
Cool. I love it. All right, cool. And would you happen to have a question for us by any chance? Can you see, I got a question for you. Can you see Pat's screen there? Can you see the screen?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. So got a question for us or no?
No, I don't. I just wanted to kind of be back in the weeds here and just kind of learn what I can. I just love the stuff that I see every time we have one of these sessions. And I'm still at that point where I'm beginning to know what I don't know, but I'm not ready to put it into the right terms, I guess, of what exactly I'm trying to get better at. But I just can't believe that, we stumbled on each other, because this is the kind of tools I've been looking for in my sales coaching for years. And,
you beauty.
Oh, yeah. Having a system process that I can follow with all my clients is just, I'm so excited about, what that's going to mean.
Magic.
Yeah. Oh,
awesome.
Absolutely.
That's what I like to hear. All right, cool. Okay, we're going to put you back on mute. Good to have you here, Craig. And let's move down. Who are we going to say hi to? Edwin Gonzalez, our baseball player. Edwin, we're coming for you.
Home run.
Edwin,
Edwin.
Hang on a sec. Oh, okay. We can't open Edwin. Did you see? What did you say? Pat, were you about to say something about Edwin? What's the deal?
Home run, Edwin. There we go.
Oh, yeah, that's it. But Edwin, I don't think we can't seem to open you up there, buddy. You are. There he is. Edwin Gonzalez. How's it going, man?
You hear me?
Yes. We can hear you, buddy. The man with the world's greatest baseball name, Edwin Gonzalez.
Hello, everybody. But I have a little bit problem. I cannot open on the computer, so I have to use the phone.
Okay.
Something weird.
Oh, good. So give us the good word, Edwin. What's happening in your world, man?
Well, just continue learning more I can. I working with somebody right now. He's a family member who he have his own business, and I just practice with him basically how to do the whole process throughout the system.
Beautiful. How'd that go?
It's going good. I have to finish with him because we can only put like hour to hour every day. So I hope by next week we got it done.
Cool. What kind of business does he have?
He got a hearing aid.
Which one?
Hearing aid. The little, for people don't hear well, he had the
hearing aids. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hearing aid.
You notice how when you said that, I said, what? I might be a candidate.
Do you want?
According to my wife, it's either I have very bad hearing or very selective hearing, and I'm pretty sure it's a combination of both. But anyway, so there you go. Oh, well, that's great. Okay, well, good stuff. We have got a client, Ben Pritchett, who happens to be a pretty good bud of mine. He's been a client for close to 10 years. He owns he has sold, in fact, when we were in Cancun, he did a presentation where he sold, I can't remember the number, but $20 million of eyeglasses and eye tests. So he's pretty, you'll see him right there in the Facebook group. He might be a good guy for you to connect with. Because quite frankly, he's forgotten more about businesses like that than most people will ever know. He's been in the game about over a decade. His wife is an optometrist.
Yeah, my cousin wife is audiologist. She's the doctor, and he's the one do the manufacture. He even manufacture himself.
Yep. Cool. Okay. So but again, it might be good to chat with Ben Pritchett. You'll see him in the Facebook group, and he'll. You tell him I told you guys to connect. He'll take your call, no worries, and he's a great guy. So I would recommend that if you're working with somebody selling hearing aids, I'd want to speak to Ben Pritchett. He's not selling hearing aids, but it's fundamentally the same. It's ridiculous similarities.
Bren.
Cool, man. Awesome. Okay, well, good stuff, man. Good luck with that. Any questions on the software, just by chance? And for everybody listening, we need a few questions here. But Edwin, you got anything for us?
No, I know for now.
Okay, man. Good stuff. Always good to have you here, Edwin. We're going to put you back on mute, buddy. John has got a question. John Cuter, you are muted. You got to unmute yourself there, boss, if you want to say hello. John, there he is. John, you are live.
No, I didn't have a question. I was just adding some notes in there. No worries.
Oh, okay, cool. How's it going? Why we got you? How's it all going? What's happening?
It's going great. I just got my the first of my two websites, the e-learning marketing system. I got the new version, and it's exciting. You guys are doing good stuff.
Cool, man. Cool bananas. You ready to rock and roll? You're going to come flying out of the gate?
In about a month.
What's that? What?
In about a month from now, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, there you go. All right, awesome, John. It's good to have you here, man. I'm going to put you back on mute. And next up, speaking of Johns, we're right near our boy John Kosar, who's always got incredibly impactful and impressive things to say. So, John, we're trying to open you up too. John Kosar, you are self-muted. There he's live. John, how's it going?
How are you?
Hear you.
Patrick? How you doing?
Good to hear your voice, John.
So yeah, it's been actually kind of a slow 2 days, unfortunately.
Yeah, how come? Why? What do you mean? What do you mean? What's the deal?
It's just everybody I've been trying to reach out to, people I've already talked to. I'm just trying to follow up with them, and they're just having
I see.
I'm getting back to me.
Yeah.
So I've been doing a lot more. I've been doing a lot of outreach. I've been having a lot of success getting initial contacts on LinkedIn. And my mind is just, bouncing full of ideas of how I can put together kind of a slick little marketing email without getting flagged on LinkedIn that I'm trying to sell stuff, stuff like that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Remember, just start the conversation. So the trick there is to start the conversation with something other than that, right? So make that first, chat, especially, if you can hire somebody, say, from the Philippines, and they go and read their, profile and put something, highly personalized in the initial one, and then you're good. But yeah, you want to get that ball rolling, right? If you're too aggressive straight up, on LinkedIn, you're going to get turned, either they're going to turn you away, or LinkedIn, like you just said, are literally going to flag you. So that's the secret there.
Right. So, and then I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing what's new and exciting in the software.
Cool. Well, I got to tell you, Pat has had a big couple of days here, and we've got you gave us some pretty good ideas the other day, but wait till you see what is coming. Realistically, it is not, what would you dare, Pat, if you were to put an estimation on some of the new magic we're talking about? Like, we're talking 4 months, yeah?
Oh, more. I think it's going to be more. But here's the caveat on that. Even before we get to that one, we've got probably 3 major changes we're going to release. And I would say that's going to be in the next 4 weeks. So we got 3 major changes in the next 5 weeks for all 3 of them. These are going to be really these are like the, oh my gosh, these are brilliant. Thank you very much. Bow down, all that kind of stuff. Like, oh my gosh.
Nice.
But yesterday, Carl gave me a new challenge, and I started looking at this yesterday morning, and my mind was getting all day long. Like, oh my gosh, we can do this. It's gonna it's gonna change everything. And so I don't want to say more, but it's my implementation calendar, but it's going to go way beyond that. And we're probably another 6 months on that one.
Wow.
It's such a huge thing we're going to do. So anyway, I'm just so excited, you guys. And I'm a kid in a candy shop here. Just let me at it.
Yeah. And it is, guys. Like, again, I'd like to say it. I'm equally as excited. I told him he gave me a chubby, folks. For all the ladies listening, I'm sorry. That's what Ari said. Pat, then Pat replied to his email, and he started calling me chubby.
Oh.
But
anyway, so things are getting weird around here, John.
I will show you something there. This is very small. We just look at little things like this, and here's the new.
Oh, boom. There we go.
So just little things like this. It went from kind of a white and tan colors to this nice blue. And we're really highlighting number of customers you could lose and percent of customers you could lose. So little things like this make big differences for how the software looks.
In fact, John, the spreadsheet that with your idea how we're gonna create a what do we call it? Like, you know what I mean? Like a run on, like a sum of all the numbers. It's actually going to look a lot like this. So we're going to make it look consistent. So there you go, Pat. That looks really good, by the way. Well done.
Yeah, good.
Awesome.
Thanks to William.
Cool. There we go. So lots happening. All right, John. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
no,
anything
I was
else
gonna
for
say,
us, man?
This is awesome stuff. So thank you.
Cool, man. No worries, buddy. We're going to put you back on mute. And again, if you guys got any questions, you need to raise your hand or check a question in. Billy's got a question. Billy, we are coming for you, but you're self-muted, buddy. Billy, if you want to open yourself up, unmute yourself. I think we tried to open Billy earlier and he didn't. Okay, let's have a look. So Adrian rolling out an updated 10. Okay, Billy, I'll just answer your question for you because you don't seem to be able to open you up. In fact, Pat has also headed that up, but we have created the 10K training is becoming 100,000, 100K training, and it's pretty much done, and just some T's being crossed and I's being dotted. So yeah, rest your mind at ease there. Or not so much rest your mind at ease, but yeah, the answer is absolutely. There you go. And he gave us a big yes with an exclamation mark. So there you go. But Billy, we can't open you up for some crazy reason. There we go. And someone else, and John Cuter is letting us know that it's an audiologist. There you go. See, I didn't even know that. You learn something new every day. Very cool.
That'd
Okay, and we need, what's that, sorry?
Well, that's a good tie in there for Edwin. You need an audiologist.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, cool. So again, we need a question. I think Christine had a question from last week. Christine, we're going to open you up, or you're self-muted. Christine, I think you had something for us. And again, guys, I need a couple of extra questions otherwise. Hey, Christine, how's it going?
Yeah. Oh, very well, very well. I've started booking appointments and setting up some JVs, and I'm working on building a webinar for. Oh, you've got a feedback there.
A webinar. Repeat that again. Sorry.
I'm working on building a webinar for the joint ventures when they send out emails. So I've looked at the, like the new one that's come out, but I need a webinar that's not specifically for consultants or for coaches or for business owners. I need something. I have to build something that brings them together, or like it's a prelude to those. And then and then from the webinar they'll fill out an application form, and then on that conversation we'll decide which is the best approach for them to come on as a coach, or for me to coach them, bring them on as a client.
I got you. Okay, be very careful with that. When you're doing a webinar, you want to have one desired outcome and one desired outcome only. So the way you do it is that, in fact, I've got a ton of experience doing exactly this. So what you do is do a normal presentation for business owners, something along the lines, the everything is wrong video, or, like the 5 steps. Okay.
Right.
One of those. And then what you do about halfway through is you drop a little seed of how busy you are. And as you can see, like, things are highly systematized. So if you happen to know somebody who would be a fabulous coach or consultant, let me know, because I'm bursting at the seams and I could use somebody.
Right.
And then a lot, the right people will put their hand up for that. But with the presentation, put it towards business owners. So you'll get kind of the best of both worlds there.
Yeah, I wasn't going to introduce the consultants or the coaches in the webinar. I was really just going to present it as this is what this fabulous program does. Then
okay.
Yeah,
but just halfway through, if you just plant that seed that I mentioned, like I said, you just I'm super busy and I could use a little bit of help. So if you know somebody who'd be excellent at this, let me know, and you'll find that a few will reach out for that. But as far as the presentation goes, you want to use like a presentation designed to impress the business owners. That's the one to go with.
Yep. That's what I was thinking. Yep.
Okie dokie. Okay, perfect. And can you remember last week? I know you had a question, and then I didn't manage to get to it. So do you remember what that was?
Let me think. It might have been just about how to do that webinar, but I can't remember. But one thing I was talking to a fellow who's got. I sent you. I sent it to Adrian. I sent an email about this guy who's created a text marketing app where you can put, conceivably, you could put all of this. You could put the ELMS program on this app. So I just sent it to Adrian, and and said have a look at it and see if it's something you might be interested in.
Okay, cool. Do you know who it was by chance?
His name is Robert Evans.
Okay, no. I've got a
Christine, that's currently on my desk. That's for me to preview this afternoon.
Oh, you got it already?
There you go.
You did, yeah. We take action here.
Yeah. Impressive.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So
okay, cool. All right.
Yeah, I've seen a demo of it and it looks pretty good, but I'm not going to get it until you guys okay it.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, Christine, well, we appreciate that. Anything else we can be helping you with?
No, not right now, thanks. I come to these just for the to hear the expertise of others. So
You beauty. Okay, Christine, we're going to put you back on mute. We always appreciate your feedback and involvement. Oh, and immediately below you is Craig. Craig, we're coming for you. There you are. Craig, you're live.
Yeah, I just realized I did have a question.
Beautiful.
When I was putting together my report, and you guys had mentioned last week, I think, earlier this week, about the not having the ROI on the coaching fees show up, and then click on that little icon. And I've done that, and it brings up a new screen that shows it, but as soon as I save it, it goes away again, and I'm not sure why it's doing that.
All right, let me have a look here. So
I hit that blue square right there. It brings up that screen there. Now, how do you get it to save what's on that screen?
Okay, well, just click off the screen. You can close, hang on. So that's the 10%. That's your save button here.
Right.
So let's change this to 1%, see what happens. This should work. See, I've got this thing here. It says revenue share, save successfully. And there it's the 1%.
Okay, but when you close that screen, because that's not part of the report, that's just a viewing screen.
Yes.
It doesn't show that. It doesn't have the ROI figure. It doesn't have those two pieces broken out on it. When I look at it, it's just like it was before I went ahead and saved that.
It's not in the report, no.
So the report doesn't show that?
No. So I think it's pretty easy to grab this.
Screen share. Yeah, screen share it and add it to the report.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I just thought I was doing something
wrong. Yeah, that's probably the way I do it. And yeah.
Can I just say, and Pat, see if you agree with me here, but like, if I was doing that, Craig, like you see the way this has your contingency built in, you know, I don't know, like if I was going to take a screenshot of this and put it in the report, I would do it with no, I would change that to 0. So I'd move that to 0 just so that they see the coaching fee, because you know what I mean? All we're doing is appearing to be quite expensive when you do it that way, right? Like you want to be able to work out what this is going to look like, you know, and the excitement of the fact that you're going to make, you know, the bulk of your revenue you're willing to make up on contingency. But at the end of the day, you want to get the deal signed, you know, sealed and delivered. So if I was taking a screenshot, I would take it like this. Pat, would you agree with me there?
I think so. Yeah. The reason is, I would just take this maybe and grab that if you need it. I think that does appear in the report. But anyway.
I just didn't show the variability of the contingency. The report didn't show that. So I can verbally say it. I can just say that this is not something that we go that granular in. This is just the impact. The total will be this. So, okay. I just thought I had left a step out or done something out of sequence that kept it from showing up, but that's good to know.
No, the reason is because this 51,900 isn't a guarantee in any way. The only guarantee here is the 11,964, the cost of coaching. So this is a hopeful. It might be a lot more, it might be a lot less, but it's not something you can count on. So I would just leave it out of there. And like Carl said, it might scare them off to say, hey, they're going to be paying you that much. So
and it changes the ROI dramatically too.
Yeah,
sure.
Exactly.
Makes sense. Thank you so much for explaining that. I appreciate it.
Sure.
No worries, buddy. Great question. Okay, Craig, we're going to put you back on mute. Let's have a look here. Again, I need a couple of questions here, folks. Next up, I'm going to go to my buddy Curtis. Curtis, we're coming for you, but you are muted, my friend. There he is. Curtis, you are live.
Yes, sir.
Man?
Hey, I'm just watching and learning. You know, I don't use the software a lot, so I just wanted to be on here and stay abreast of everything for you know, for my coaches and stuff. But all is well. This week's a little off, but you know, that's how it works. The last week was amazing, and the week before was
last
good.
week was killer. That's the way she goes, man.
Amazing
Down. Life of an entrepreneur, dude, as you well and truly know.
That's right.
That's cool.
So that
all
means
right,
next
cool,
week
man.
should be amazing.
We just wanted to open you up. Yeah, cool. That's what I wanted to hear, man. Anyways, going to put you back on mute, but appreciate you being here, Curtis, as always, buddy. And right below him is my buddy Dave McKenzie. Oh, hang on. No, we're not going to you yet, Dave. We're going to Garrett Stagg. Garrett, you are self-muted. There he is. Garrett, you are live. Yo, Garrett, you there, buddy? Oh, Pat, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
Oh, okay, yep. Garrett, we can't hear you, buddy. Something going on. Maybe Garrett, if you got a question, maybe type it in, and then we will ask it for you. And let's just try that one more time. Garrett, can you hear us, bud? Or speak for us, bud?
Guess not.
Garrett. Oh, was that you, Pat, or was that Garrett?
That was me.
Okay. All right, Garrett. Chuck your question in the Q&A box there, buddy, and we'll get it going. Mr. Cuter's got a question. Yo, John Cuter, you are live.
Hey, yeah, I was that last gentleman's question about the coaching ROI charts.
Yep.
I got curious and I went and opened up a report in my copy of the PAS, and there's a little hamburger icon in the upper right corner of the chart, both views. And if you, to the right of where it says coaching ROI, you can download a PDF of that chart or a ping image right there, PNG. And also if you go up to the one that shows the percent of revenue, same hamburger menu.
Hey, there we go.
Boom. There we go.
Programmer built stuff in there he forgot about.
He's smarter than we are. That's John. Well done, dude. Well done. Well, thank you very much. Cool. Good job. There you go. Okay, cool. And anything else for us now that you've come up with that? And by the way, how come I have never heard of that called a hamburger, by the way? It seems so obvious now. How does that happen?
Programming term.
Yeah, there we go. Beauty. Okay, John, good stuff, man. I'm going to put you back on. Got anything else for us? Y'all good?
Nope, that's it.
Awesome. Well, that was
I like it.
Darn valuable. Yeah, I know. That's great. I'm like, okay, cool. Tom, we are coming for you, Tom. Okay, Tom, you were serious. Tom, you are live.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Fabulous.
Good day.
Listen, thanks for having me. I'm still so brand new that I'm unconsciously incompetent at this point. I really don't know what I don't know.
Yeah, that's all right. Me too, Tom. Don't be alone. All good, man.
By the way, Carl, I'm really, really appreciating and listening to the podcasts. They're awesome.
Oh, thanks, man. Super appreciate that.
Yeah, they're really informative. They've really helped an awful lot to get me off the ground. My question is, with network marketing professionals, the ones that are really making money, I have a lot of exposure to them. It seems to me like our main ability to increase their revenue would be more from a drip campaign to help them because their overhead's so low.
Yeah. Okay, so that's your question?
Yes.
Yeah. Hard one. Again, MLM can be a little bit challenging for obvious reasons. Tends to be pretty tight on the old margins. No doubt, depending upon what you guys are, the product, but parties as an example can be an incredibly, enjoyable, because, MLM, there's also a little bit of a lifestyle component brought into it, or that can, really help you build your downline. So doing the regular Friday, Saturday parties, can again be a great way to generate leads. So yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. But yeah, look, I'm just kind of looking at the 12 areas. Look, you know what? There's so many, and really the way you make money in MLM, as you know, is you build your downline. So again, this is kind of, would that be cross-selling? So of course, thinking about that. Tell me a little bit more about it. What are you guys selling?
Well, I'm looking to coach some of the more successful network marketing
MLMs?
people. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. So you're ensconced. You just got some good network. You've got some good contacts in that space.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Pat, you got another answer better than the one I'm giving?
No. Yeah, I've never really coached a network marketer before, but as I'm just thinking about it, I'm thinking, man, if you could create a system that helps network marketers, I mean, there's like a million of them in every city, you know, so you could come out with something that's really attractive. I'd be really interested in seeing what you could come up with.
Yeah. Well, Tom, want me to give you a little bit off the grid advice that I have given to many MLM kind of network marketer that's successful. So let's say you get going, because MLM, in my opinion, is like a starter kit for an entrepreneur, right? Or would you agree with that? You see what I mean by that?
Sure.
Place to get started, because as a rule, you know, the company makes a lot more money than the representative. So let's say, as an example, that they are selling, let's go makeup for the sake of the argument. So they go to they follow the roadmap to a T, do what they say, put some runs on the board and get some semblance of success. And let's assume that they're doing the parties in their kitchen on Friday and Saturday. Well, once I had any semblance of success, I would jump on a plane and I would go to a place like China or a place like Trinidad. I would do a little bit of homework on the internet before I did anything. And I would go there and I would go create my own line of makeup, which when you really understand it, the beauty of makeup is the margins are absolutely astronomical, right? So it doesn't cost all that much. Or it might be soap and it might be a clothing, I got a buddy who's, early adopter of a clothing line, right? That just went MLM. So anyway, it's like understand the model, let them teach you how to build a business and really understand it and what the marketing kits look like and the pricing looks like. And then, by the way, when you get a distributor underneath you, what those margins look like. And it's not that we want to turn them into an MLM, but we can turn them into a direct sales business. And if you know the difference, so direct sales goes to 2 levels. And once you go to a 3rd level, you become an MLM, right? Like that business model. So just tell them to go to 2 levels. So you take the heavyweight MLM or network marketer with the downline and say, gee, you are legit. You are the real entrepreneur. Let's go build you a business. Instead of you building somebody else's, go build yourself a business and pitter patter, let's get at her. Do you like that advice? Do you follow where I'm going with that?
It's a great different perspective than I was expecting. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's some of the advice that I have given to folks. But as far as it goes, MLMs, you got to turn them into entrepreneurs. They kind of feel like sales. They get started and they kind of get trained as salespeople. I've always gone to them and just said, look, we got to turn you into an entrepreneur, which there's more psychology than anything else. So you're kind of doing that with them. But all the same 12 areas would work in a roundabout way. Some are going to work better than others, but that's the advice that I would give you with, a network marketer and understanding that a network marketer that's going to make any money does not sell product. They create a downline. That's where the magic is, right?
Well, that fits perfect with my background. I teach accelerated learning programs. So I'm an NLP trainer. I teach photo reading and mind mapping and so forth. So that'll fit perfect with that.
Oh, wow. Really? Hey, Tom, you might just fire it. I don't know if you got my email address. Fire me an email if you could. I might have some other thoughts that we can maybe go a little bit deeper, but
sure.
I want to make sure we're talking about the software here. So fire me an email and let's have a conversation. Cool bananas?
Perfect. Love to. Thank
you. Okay, Tom, appreciate that, bud. Going to put you back on mute. Great question. Oh, my boy, Wally Carmichael. I haven't heard this guy's voice in a while. Wally Carmichael, we are coming for you, my man. Yo, Wally. What is happening? You were live.
Listen, just moving and grooving, man. Keeping it going.
That's what you're always doing, man. You are a mover and a shaker, my boy. Before we get into your question, how's life, man? And what's happening? Excite all the coaches here listening to you.
Life is good. I mean, I'm in a different situation, being fully retired and don't have to be doing any of this stuff. So I just got to keep myself motivated, and the way I do that is by helping these business owners.
Yeah, you just made everybody cry, Wally.
Well, it is what it is.
And just kidding. Cool, man. Said what did you put in here? Something about give us your magic on MLM, man.
Yeah, I've got at least 15 strong years, hard years and long years in multi-level marketing. I started with Amway back in the 90s before the internet even came about, and they opened up Quickstar, and I used to go door to door the whole bit. If you're going to help a multi-level marketing independent business owner, regardless of the company, you got to realize all multi-level marketing is personal development disguised as Amway, disguised as a makeup business, disguised as a health and fitness business. And so the best way to help somebody in that industry is to show them how to market themselves. It's all about youpreneur, because they have so many regulations within the organizations, and they're all different on how you can market their product. If it's a health and fitness product, you can't say it cures anything, and you've got to be very careful with all that kind of stuff. So, but what they can do, especially as you said, the magic's in building a team, because I still have residual income from all the companies I worked with over the years, because people are still buying those products, and it trickles in once in a while. But to really build a strong team, you have to build yourself as an individual and make yourself as the person, the leader people want to follow. And so that's really what it's all about. Everything you do is about building up your personal brand. And then even if you were to move from one company to another, I've seen it so many times. All the big guys out there, they'll move from one company to another and take an entire downline with them. And it happens all the time.
Yeah, I like that advice. I've often said, celebrity is up there with the ultimate hacks. It's how I remember watching the Super Bowl a few years ago when the Patriots were in, and Mark Wahlberg, Marky Mark, he's in the owner's box, right? And I'm like, this guy, if he's not a celebrity, that's just not happening. You know what I mean? Like, I know that's kind of obvious as I say it, but when you really understand the mechanics behind it, right? That celebrity can get you indoors that you just otherwise cannot get into. I would agree with that, and I would love it. I'd also say that if you wonder why, people take their downlines, from one company to the other, and businesses or MLMs tend to fall over a lot. They're normally undercapitalized. If you understand, the way compounding works with money, the same thing happens with success. And it's like they start building this company, and all of a sudden the 80-20 kind of exponential growth kicks in, and suddenly they're not in a position to deliver all the makeup and all the lingerie or whatever it might be. And when somebody makes an order and then they don't fulfill on the order, it's not like they have another, like going back and having another crack at it doesn't tend to happen. It's kind of like you let them down and, that ship has sailed. And all of a sudden, and this is a huge reason why MLMs fall over. They actually fall over from success as opposed to failure, almost the same amount of time. And again, they're just undercapitalized and not in a position to fill on some serious growth that happens much quicker than they anticipate. So there you go. A little background on MLM for everybody. Cool. And no doubt you've seen that a few times in your day, Wally, correct? You've seen a few fall over?
So many times.
Yeah.
And I've been
crazy.
up with the big boys, and I've seen all the fights and arguments, and I've seen it all, man.
Yeah, and that happens too. Cool. Well, there you go. All right, man. I love it. All right, Wally. Well, cool. Anything else, man? Anything else for us? How's everything going? Any questions on the software?
No, that's why I came in here to see what's some of the updates, and I haven't been in here in a while, so I'm always in the software, but wanted to see, what everybody's asking, what questions are out there.
Yeah, cool. Do we have you beta testing digital acceleration? Are you on that list?
No, I don't believe so.
Oh, you know what? Can you send me an email and just send me an email with DAS as the title, and I'll get it over to Pat, and then we'll get you. I'll get you as a beta tester, Wally. You should be using that, bud.
Absolutely. Cool. Okay.
Awesome, man. Okay, cool. Always good to have you here, Wally. Going to put you back on mute. All right, and I have got one heck of a long question here from Garrett. I don't know. Hang on. Hang on. So let me see if I can. Have you seen this, Pat? Here, help me out with what. That's okay. Where do you see feedback? Did it say? Okay, I got to try. Garrett, I'm coming back for you, man. I hope we can open you up, because this is a very long question that Garrett, you're self-muted, boss. Can you unmute yourself and try that again? And there might be something on your speakers on your computer.
Oh, I know that Garrett sent this in, and I asked him to ask this today.
Oh, cool. Do you know? Oh, cool. Do you know this?
Is that better? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Garrett.
Hey, sorry about that.
Happening.
Computer's
Oh,
doing
good,
its
man.
thing, I guess. All right.
Happening.
So this is. I apologize for being a little bit late when I jumped in here. But when you're going through the menus off the left-hand side, and you click off, in the area, and you've got the whole section of questions across the middle. If you fill out some of the questions, but don't scroll all the way down, or you miss it, and then you click save, it does. I'm not sure whether it doesn't put the green check mark in.
Yeah, it should. It should do that. Let me open up another one, and we'll start a.
But it could just be my computer. I'm obviously having a bunch of issues. So.
What browser are you using?
I'm using Chrome, but I can use Edge or whatever you want me to use.
Yeah, Chrome does not work well with the software, so we've advised everyone not to use Chrome. It just doesn't bring you the results, and often screws up and puts questions in the wrong order and all kinds of crazy things that we just can't understand. So yeah, so I would get immediately. The first step is get off of Chrome. But let's see here, alliances and joint ventures. It's got no check mark.
Yeah.
Let's go in here. I'll just put something in, a little garbage text there.
If you grab one of the groups that you have to scroll down the midsection, and you don't scroll down the midsection, but you hit submit, my screen doesn't check the alliance and joint venture section.
All right, so I've finished it there.
My first one.
Okay, I've just finished it there. You can see it's been saved here. And if I click off of there, now you can see now it's been checked.
Now it's checked.
Yeah, it checks after you click off of it.
Right.
Hey, Pat, do me a favor. Sorry, can you just see question number 2 where you put a little bit of text? Take the text out of there and only do the 2, because I think that's what he meant, possibly, maybe not. Can you just save that and submit that?
Yeah, so if
go
you
back,
it doesn't have
still.
something,
Okay, there you go.
check the box. Doesn't check next to leads or alliance and joint venture. I figured it out for now, but that was just the first one I did.
Okay. Yeah, it's working there. Whoops.
That might be a Chrome thing, Pat, is what I'm thinking.
Definitely could be a Chrome thing.
Yeah, let's see so.
All right. Do you have another question there, Garrett?
No, all set. That was just you asked me to jump on today and ask the question live, so I figured I'd do.
Oh, so there you go.
Thank you.
All right, Garrett Stagg. You got a great name, by the way. Garrett Stagg. I'm the man with 2 first names. I see a name like that and I get all jealous.
Have a good.
All right. Oh, hang on. What was that, Garrett?
Oh, have a good night. Thank you.
Okay, you bet, man. There you go. I'm going to put you back on mute. All right. Well, I think we have got. So does anybody else have a question? We handled Tom. We handled Wally. If anybody got a question, raise your hand. Otherwise, we are going to be calling it a day. Billy, we got Billy. So Christine, we are coming for you. Yes, Christine, you are live.
Oh, well, thank you. I remembered my question from last time.
Okay, what was it?
It was about fees. Now, there was a conversation going on about fees at the time, which I don't remember what, but it prompted me to think, now, does anybody, or do you scale the fees according to how big the company is? Like, would you start off at like $1,000 if they were like, like a $200,000 company, but maybe go to $2,000 a month if they were an $800,000 company?
Okay, so your question is, do you adjust your coaching fees dependent upon the revenues of the company or the profitability, maybe even? Is that what you mean? Look, Pat, I want to hear your answer. I'm going to give mine. The answer, Christine, is just, you know what? I know what I was, like when I was coaching, I just felt like I knew what I was worth, and that's what I charged, and that's that. If you really think about it, like let's just say, $2,000 a month is a decent fee for a coach. To go in and make an impact of 24 grand is just so straightforward. And remember, when I go and make it, like, let's say you own a hamburger shop and I come in and we start doing, do you want fries with that? And then we supersize, we say, do you want this to be supersized, or do you want me to turn it into a meal, which we just shamelessly steal straight from McDonald's down the road, right? So we do that. Let's say in the first year, you actually made 24 grand only as a result of me being there and me being, the catalyst to make sure that we got all of this implemented and that you put the systems in place and you made it happen. Well, you've got that $24,000 of additional revenue in that system for the rest of, let's assume you're going to own that business for 10 years. And also the valuation goes up, the systemization goes up. So I was just very, very comfortable that I would bring $24,000 to the table, given the worst possible scenario. Like just as an example, I remember sitting down with somebody and like her revenues, and I can't quite remember, but it was like $10,000 of gross revenues the previous year. And then so my coaching fees were significantly more than literally her gross revenues from the year prior. But with a very straight face, I just said, look, these are my fees. If you want me to help you do what we just talked about over the last 90 minutes, this is what you're going to need to pay me. But as a result of paying me and me showing up, and believe me, I will show up, this is going to be the result, and it's going to be well worth it. So the answer for me is that not really. That being said, if I'm sitting with somebody and the entire time, all they're talking about is cash flow issues and that sort of thing, you'd be crazy not to, be thinking this through and think, okay, well, they don't have, the 2 to 3, my high-end coaching fees ready to go in month one. So if I put it in front of them, whether they want to work with me or not, it probably, it's probably not going to happen. So here's my solution to that. What most coaches will do, let's just assume I'm $2,000 a month, 24 grand a year. I will go, okay, well, these guys can't afford me, so I'm going to reduce the lifetime value. I'm going to reduce the annual coaching fees down to $1,000. So I just went from a $24,000 coach to a $12,000 coach because you sucked at business before I showed up. That's not what I do, or not what I recommend. What I would do in that instance is I would go, here's what I'm willing to do. Chris, I'm closing you, Christine, and you're the chiropractor. I'd say, look, I'm $2 grand a month, 24 grand a year. You have some cash flow issues and whatnot. So here's what I'm willing to do. And I want to also prove my worth, and I want to make sure that I'm putting money in your bank account prior to you paying me. So here's what we're going to do. Month one, I'm going to do it for $500. Month two, I'm going to go $1,000. Month three is going to be $1,500. And then month 4 forward is going to be $2 grand a month. So you see the way I got a $500 deal. All I needed to do is get $500 agreed to, and I got a $24,000 client.
Exactly. Okay, got it.
Oh, you follow that? You see how that's kind of,
yeah.
So,
oh, yeah.
But that being said, I just, this is not, I don't want to hear what Pat has to say, but it's not a black and white thing. And if you feel like, if somebody's selling jewelry or, like we were talking about a minute ago, with Tom there, about the, the MLM, like a network marketer, am I going to go and charge a network marketer $2 grand a month, 24 grand a year? Now that's an example of, I've got to be smart enough to realize that no matter how hard they work, the 24 grand is probably not going to happen because of the margins are so tight when you do that. But if you heard what I said, and I said, well, what we're going to do is we're going to start here, and I'm going to help you ramp up this MLM and this what you're currently doing. But what we're going to do is you're going to get on a plane, and I'm going to help you with where the plane's going to go. But we're going to go to Trinidad. We're going to go to Asia, and you're going to now see this as a starter business. And ultimately you're going to go build your own Amway, your own Mary Kay.
Right.
So all of a sudden so what I do there, let's say that I do 500 for 4 months. So 500, 500, 500, 500, then I'm 1,000, then I'm 1,500, then I'm $2 grand. So I still got my $24,000 client, my $24,000 coaching fees agreed to. I'm just accepting $500 for the first 4 months because I know that simply you can't afford it. And I don't want to put you in a position where, you know what I mean? Like that's part of my job too. I don't want to put you in a position where it's, it's hard yakka for the first few months. And but Christina, just in the interest of everybody listening and yourself, another thing that I'm doing is I'm like, I would sit with, folks and let's say like I was in Calgary and it was 2005 and there was a massive oil boom. Like it was crazy. The real estate was literally doubling in like ridiculously short order. The economy was crazy. Everybody, has money and planes and helicopters and high rises. Well, if I had worked out that, you had a real rich hubby that was in oil and gas, then again, good, bad, and different, but that might adjust, my approach with those fees where maybe I wouldn't go 500, 500, 500, 500. I might, you're the MLM and we're going to turn you into the next Mary Kay. I might be more comfortable knowing that your hubby can more than manage my fees to do 500, 1,000, 1,500, $2,000 or an adjusted variation of that, right? So how do I do that? Through clever questions and spidey senses, right? Like everything that I'm asking had a reason. I never asked a question that I wasn't thinking 2 steps ahead, if you know what I mean. So
right.
I hope that helps.
Oh, yeah.
Pat, can I throw that to you, bud? And I'd like to hear your take on that.
Yeah, I agree with what you said. There's a few things I'm thinking about. First of all, Christine, it's easier to go down in price than up. So, if you're saying, well, normally I'm 1,000 a month, but in your case, it's going to be 2,000 a month, you can't really do that. So I would start high. And then, like Carl said, it's like, well, I'm a $2,000 a month coach, but I see that you're struggling with that. So we're going to start at 500, 1,000, whatever. Here's another thing is, as long as you can promise someone, let's say a 200% return on investment from your coaching services, you can charge really almost whatever you want. So if you're charging 2,000 a month, you can tell that client, as long as you implement the level that we mutually agree upon, I'm only too happy to guarantee you a 200% return on investment. So if it's 2,000 a month, I'm going to bring you an additional $4,000 a month of increased profit, and I'll guarantee that for you in writing. So there's no risk. And in fact, you become a free resource to that company because you're always bringing them more than you cost. You're just a free resource in the company. Another little bit of insight here. I just changed this company here to $10 million. So in this company of $10 million, we found a few little impacts, and now the current profit goes from $2 million to $494. So extra $494,000 of profit. This is not a fair deal. You charge $997 a month to bring them $494,000. You're bringing them a 4,000% return on investment. That is not fair for you. And they will not even respect you if you offer that. But if you look at $39.97 for a company like this, you still have 1,000% ROI. This is now a respectable coaching fee. So just remember that some clients will not even respect you if you're coming in at 1,000 a month. They're going to say, "Who are you?" Like, you're not a housewife. You're a high-level business coach. That's how you have to look at yourself. I'm not throwing that out as a derogatory term either, because, whatever. I'm not going to go down that road. So you are just your primary position that you look at yourself as, I'm a high-level business coach. I'm worth $4,000 a month, or I'm worth $19.97 a month. That's only an hour a week, or that's only an hour every 2 weeks, whatever it's going to be, whatever package you put together. So you can charge you're getting them a 2,000% return on investment. You can command that kind of, and if they're not willing to give it for some reason, then you lower your fee, but then you say you want that 10% or the 5% increase in additional profits, which gets you the extra $87,000 of coaching there, of revenue there. So just a lot of it's how you position yourself, but definitely start higher and go lower. Then don't try and do it the other way around.
Oh yeah, for sure. And this is exactly what I was asking about, how you position your fees. because I just think it's what we do is worth so much more than $1,000 a month.
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah.
I have no problem with saying, my fee is $2,000 a month, but if we need to, we could scale it, right?
Yeah. There you go.
Anyways, that totally
Yeah.
answers my question. And I just
Awesome.
want to say, Carl and Pat, that I want to be like you guys when I grow up.
We all want to be like Pat.
What makes you think we're
Okay.
grown up is the question.
What makes you think what?
What makes you think we're even grown up yet?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
well,
awesome.
that's true. That's true.
Well, thank you, Christine. We
Thank
really
you very much.
appreciate that. Genuinely do. You're a sweetheart. Okay, cool. We're going to put you back on mute. All right, Pat, baby. I think we have handled everything. So there we go. All right. Well, everybody, we appreciate you guys coming. As always, we most definitely appreciate your participation and your great questions, feedback, and comments and whatnot. So that's awesome. And Pat, we also want to appreciate or recognize you, because we all know you're working on some crazy stuff and some of those updates, man. This boy is working overtime, guys. So we appreciate you, man, and all your talent. So awesome. And I guess we will see everybody when next Tuesday, correct?
That's right. All right. Have a good week, guys.